Alright, so this is pretty exciting for me. So that's Heron Island. I'm just leaving, I've just finished work earlier this morning, just had to do an ice bike trip. And I'm now heading on my way to One Tree Island. Now I've been wanting to get here for about 4 years now, ever since I first came to Heron Island and heard about it. I've missed that many opportunities and now it's finally happening. I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to film as much of this trip as I can, but I am racing Tide. So just made it to One Tree Island, super stoked to be here. The reason we had to beat the tide is because of that. That whole section here is very shallow. We just made it with about maybe 400 mil of water underneath us. So I did not want to leave that any later, so we made it perfect timing. Heinrich's on the way out to come meet us, and man am I stoked to be here. The outer rim of One Tree Island, and I was talking to Heinrich on the way out to this little spot. It's called Long Bank, and what was really fascinating, look at a moray sitting right under me. What was really fascinating was that at low tide the lagoon itself of One Tree becomes like a giant bucket, and so you got the whole water system inside of One Tree, which is at that surface level is 1.5 meters above sea level, and that to me just blew my mind. It's so cool to see that little fact. Well, hey there. It's day 3 here at One Tree Island. Much better day compared to yesterday. Yesterday was all rain and drizzle all day. We had that much rain, it was unbelievable. Today the sun is out. We had a bit of a sunrise, which is amazing, and soon we're about to go for a bit of a snorkel and collect some lights off some of the buoys here. That way we can navigate at night. So yeah, let's get it done and let's have some fun. Alright, so we're about to start our adventure over to Two Tree Island. This is about a 3.3 kilometer walk, so right now I'm in front of pretty much the research station at One Tree, and we can't really see it, but over in the distance here somewhere there is a little island called Two Tree, and there is more than 2 trees on it. So let's get to it. The cool thing about the shallows at low tide is it's really easy to spot different marine animals. In the shallows you can get like sea hares, you can get moray eels. Just saw some giant clams starting to take off. I don't know how well they're going to survive being in the shallows. They can only grow to a certain size. And then you can also find like little fish. There's plenty of sea cucumbers that I just passed. So it's actually quite fascinating how much life is actually in the shallows, because it all looks like it's dead and gone and nothing there, but in fact there's actually so much life in the shallows. You just need to know where to look and how to look, basically. which is quite fascinating. Like just past I can never say this right, a chiton or a chiton. I don't even know if it's a snail. Someone will correct me. But just past some of them. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating what you can find in these shallows. We just made it to Two Tree Island. There's definitely more than two trees. And what's interesting is we found a bit of rubbish lying around on this little coral tiny cay that's starting to form inside the lagoon. So we're going to pick that up and take it back to the bin. But it just goes to show that by not recycling, not putting your rubbish in the bin properly, this is where it ends up. On the beaches here, it gets broken down into microplastics, the fish eat it, the different animals eat it, and then ultimately we're ingesting that same food when we eat those animals. So put your rubbish in the bin and recycle properly. It still fascinates me and blows me away that in a lagoon like One Tree, that you can have coral cays like this forming, and you can really see the birth of coral cays when it's like this. And how heron formed, Lady Elliot, Lady Musgrave, all these coral cays in the bunker group, the way they're all forming is they start out like this, just hard coral rubble, and then they turn into a bit more sand. You'll have one or two trees start, and then it expands from there and grows and grows and grows, and more coral collects. So who knows how big this coral cay is going to get. It is a slow process, it'll take hundreds of years, so we'll definitely not see what it's like in our lifetime. But it's just fascinating to see the different phases of a coral cay's life. For today, and it's quite overcast. We had a lot of rain last night. I think it was about 25 or 30 mil within maybe an hour, something like that. Yeah, it absolutely came down like crazy. And all this cloud behind me has just passed by, so we've all missed that, which is quite nice. So not too many options of what we can do today. We are going to jump in and do the gutter run again. So we're just waiting for the tide to come up for that one. And yeah, we'll see what else we get up to. It is an orange zone, which means it's only allowed to have scientific research happening here. So it is not open for public and general use. So for me to actually be here is actually really, really special and really difficult to actually make it happen. And so the way we managed to make this happen is I'm actually over here as a bit of a work trip in collaboration with One Tree and Heinrich, and checking out all his different ideas, the way he's set up the place here to see how we can improve our systems, be more environmentally friendly with our anti-foul, for instance, and all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely been quite a learning experience here as well, as much as it has been a fun time. So let's see if we can go implement some of these back home. But I just wanted to say that thank you to Ruby and Heinrich for allowing me to come out here and to learn off them and to check out the place. Because as much as I've had a great time here, it also has been a bit of a collaboration effort to see how we can better work with each other. And I've gotten some ideas off Heinrich, and we've discussed different ideas that we can do at Heron and here to make our operations better and more operable, I'd say is the word. So it's been absolutely amazing to have that opportunity. And it's just been such a great time, and I'm going to miss this place, and I cannot wait to have another opportunity to come back out here. So hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into this video for me. Appreciate you all supporting me. And if you did like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you do want to be notified on these videos, make sure you hit that bell and hit that subscribe button for me as well. Otherwise, until next time, peace.